my knife is a Work Tuff, I think Tayal, T-A-Y-A-L. So it's like the smaller version, basically, of the Tayal that we reviewed recently. So it's just a more like belt-friendly, compact version. So a video comes soon on that. But yep, that was on a recent snowshoeing trip that I was using and testing this Work Tuff Tayal in the backcountry, and now we are in the full video and quick review for you on this third Work Tuff gear blade that we have tested and reviewed here at the channel. And the quality, the fit and finish, the design is nothing less than excellent on every aspect to this blade. I really like all of the fit and finish, the layout, all of it. That really connects with me well, and it's basically a mini version of its big brother. Just to give you some perspective here, here's the Tayal that we've previously reviewed. Here is the Tayal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing those correctly. It's basically just a shrunk down version of its big brother. The handle is just slightly smaller, just barely, than the larger version. The finger choil is smaller, and that's the only little critique that I will give. With bare hands, it fits fine, and it's barely, it cuts back into the handle some and into the edge, so it's only about an inch right there. And with my large size hands, I can get on it, you know, and do the work that needs to be done. If I'm wearing gloves, I start to kind of ride on that edge a little bit, and I'm going to actually probably hit my grinder to it and just bring it down maybe like an eighth of an inch, this edge right here. I wish that the choil had either been just slightly larger or just brought back in ever so slightly and just made it a ricasso that's not needed. Now, it doesn't detract from the knife, and I normally don't even go to that choil because it's smaller, and how it's tucked into the handle, it's not like this big giant area that gets caught on stuff all the time. And then if I really do need to choke up on it, I can do it. I just have to either dull out that edge just ever so slightly for the gloves if it's cold weather, or in the summertime it'll be fine with my bare hands. So that was just a little aspect that I wanted to touch on. The choil is slightly smaller than I would prefer on the design, but other than that, the sweep, the shape, everything about the blade just connects with me, and I had a blast using it when we were out there snowshoeing. With about 8 miles, had a blast. It was everything I needed. It's a 5-inch blade, about 4.8 actual cutting edge. It's 0.15 in the thickness, so it's a great kind of medium thickness. It's not overkill at 3/16, which I think would be too thick, or, you know, it's not needed for this size of blade, but it's not an eighth of an inch thick, so it gives it still some strength and durability. Convex edge on it, which is wicked sharp, but holds its edge really well. On SK85 Japanese high carbon steel, differentially heat treated 56 to 58. So that gives it the flexibility that some SK5 style steels, sometimes companies will Rockwell it really high, like into the 60s, but then it becomes brittle. So it holds a good edge, but it can snap and be somewhat fragile. This one, because it's a lower Rockwell, but putting the convex grind on it, and then the real attention to detail on the heat treat, and I've seen this now on all three of the different Work Tuffs that I've picked up and had my chance to use, that the design and the blade steel, it works really well. It holds a good edge. It's definitely on par and in the ballpark, playing in the same team as like 1095 from Ontario. So I'm very pleased with that. Got a very high saber grind there. Awesome sweep, 90-degree spine, so you can throw sparks, you can scrape, you can do all that stuff. Good kind of an acid wash coating on there to help fight rust. It is, again, high carbon. It will definitely pick up rust, particularly if you're in high humid environments or in snow environments like I am. You just got to babysit the blade. But I love that handle. As you can see there, we've got red liners, G10, really well machined. Fills out my large size hands really well. Got plenty of room on the back end to spare there. That really nice guard. Just a little hit of jimping right there. And again, the way it's designed and kind of the cut in there, it almost is just like a large ricasso. And then again, if I need to choke up on there, I can absolutely do that. This is totally fine, not concerned. But I will be hitting that just ever so slightly with my belt grinder sander, just kind of to dull out about an eighth of an inch right there. But that's it in that regard. Feels great in the hand, even in a reverse grip. I mean, you're going to love using this. It was a lot of fun using it when we were doing that snowshoeing and around the backyard, doing other testing, making, you know, little fires in the backyard for the fire pit, that type of stuff. Then, like what Work Tuff always does, they give you a really good Kydex sheath. Now, I put a clip on there. so that I could run it in that chest rig that you saw. It does come with the nylon webbing, ambidextrous attachment, so it's a great setup for belt carry, and if you have spare attachments, blade tech locks, those type of things, it'll line up perfectly, and you can attach it all kinds of different ways. Really good retention, click in, snap, good thumb ramp. I mean, really well put together, great package, and the fit and finish and quality that I'm seeing from this company is just like so amazing. I'm just so pleased with it. Now this being the third blade in my collection of Work Tuff gear items. Now you saw the Tayal, and that being the larger version. Now this one, I didn't even know that this one was coming out. So they reached out to me. They said, hey, we know you like the Tayal. Would you like to try out the smaller version? It's more of a belt carry, belt friendly version. I said, totally. So they sent this over to me so I could test it and review for you guys, give you my overall feedback. Man, I love the rounding, the machining of this handle, even the little scallops there, just so well done. So the price on this bad boy is going to go for about $100, like $95 over on the Work Tuff website. You can get a couple different color combinations, and they are available on Amazon for about that same price point. Now that price at right around $100, it's definitely, you know, competing with, say, like some K-bars. It's competing, you know, with like our SE knives and those type of things. So the fit and finish, I think, is absolutely on par with what they're doing and what other companies would be doing. You know, obviously, like SE has a lifetime warranty, so that's really hard to beat in that regard. And Work Tuff does have a decent warranty, but nothing that can compete with SE's lifetime warranty. And so for I would say for the quality control, the fit and finish, and I would argue close to any of the materials, you know, this being made in Taiwan in a small factory with like small batches being produced, I would say that it can definitely hold its own in that world. So that just has to be up to you, whether or not the designs, ergonomics, the sheath, you know, all that stuff. There's no need to upgrade handle scales. There's no need to upgrade sheath material. You know, that there's a lot of value that comes with that, and you're getting some really cool, unique designing as well with Work Tuff gears in general, but particularly with this knife that you're seeing here in front of you. Got that really sick, again, sweep up and really, really comfy handle scales. So guys, with that, that's the blade. I'm just gonna give you kind of a quick, fast review today, showing you what this can do. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's the first smaller version that they have. I'm going to check out, I'm going to be picking up one of their other ones in the K110 steel, which I believe is like a type of D2 that I will be looking at as well. But check out Work Tuff gear if you haven't yet. I'll have links for you over to Amazon and their website as well. And you can check out some of their other blades going, all for right around like between 100 and 130 bucks is what their blades go for. And I, for one, now being the third knife, having bought the Lanzetta and then having these two last in this design sent for me to test and review, very pleased with what I'm seeing, and kind of a breath of fresh air with a lot of generic designs that can often be out there. These offer a level of fit and finish in designing that you don't always see on the market. So check us out on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media. If you guys have any questions, throw those in the comments below. And don't forget to watch that other video popping up. Become part of the GT family if you're not already by subscribing. And we'll appreciate you guys. Always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.